gotta be on brand.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, why am I getting an ad on the Middlesticks channel?
That's a pre-roll, and your ad blocker decided to
But I
shit
am
the bed.
I am a subscriber.
Oh,
Subscriber?
then I have no idea, because I have literally only the default options enabled.
I think it's because you were hosting.
Oh, maybe.
I think that hadn't like fully swapped over yet. So it was like, oh, you're watching whatever it was, Legends or whatever.
We're trying the LCS champ select music. We'll see how that goes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hog. That means that everyone will play like they're in the LCS, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool how that works.
I mean, we were playing MSI champ select music, and you know, the teams were very clearly playing like they were at MSI. So.
Oh, it depends on what team, because I feel like they were probably playing like one or two teams at MSI maybe.
Oh, I was about to message that I needed an invite, and then I got an invite. Let's go.
Hog. Sakutara, the Masters gamer.
Hopefully he's a coach, because otherwise that would be quite illegal. Oh no, it wouldn't. No, as long as he's under 50 LP, I guess he's fine.
Yeah, that's this league, right? Are they college? Then they can have two people.
They're not a college. As far as I know, I don't think Oasis Galeforce is a college.
I mean, maybe.
And Samso even is repping a different team with his clan tag. Hate to see it.
Well, I think that it'd be strange if he repped the team he was on with this clan tag. That just wouldn't make any sense. Right?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, he has been like a team behind for a while, right?
yeah,
He
kinda
never
skipped us,
did.
though, huh?
Yeah, he never did go for the ROTM tag. I don't know. I guess he hated us.
I think that's true. I bet if you asked him, he would say that.
Which draft site? Oof. The League of Legends client, I hope is the answer.
Imagine thinking that people would actually draft in client.
I like that we have invited 2 accounts for our AD carry. Neither one of them are here.
Bark go duck and duck go bark.
Yeah.
I like that they're covering their bases. I think that's important.
Hopefully he's around. Might be important.
Right, I'll step in if need be. I got him.
Do you have enough games?
No, not even close.
Oh. I didn't know if you still
Hey,
had like
Sam,
carry.
still.
Oh, you would have had to have played 2 this week though, I think.
Oh, I mean, I played like 2 ARAMs this week. That's pretty good, right?
Hi, Samso.
We were just talking about how Samso hates us
Yeah, for
because
sure.
he
As he
never
comes in,
changed his name to RTM.
went straight from FER to AOE, skipped
Yeah,
RTM.
no, it's kind of fucked up, man. That's okay. We forgive you if you throw this game. No blue essence, and we didn't win enough tournaments to be able to pay for a name change. I think that's reasonable, honestly. Later, Samso. Thanks for tuning in, bud. And he hit us with the sub. What a nice guy.
What a nice guy.
We can forgive him completely, I think.
You know, all those bad things I said like less than 5 minutes ago. They're all erased. Oh, but look at their synergy. Oh, almost. Omnicrypt ruining it with the Coup Tigers logo, but the rest of them all have the Pride logos for the month. Or Pride icon.
Yeah. Yeah. Whereas, RTM, Cairo and Tendies have the same icon. That's pretty good.
Why are they AoE? Are they Oasis Galeforce?
Well, I mean, A and O are in Oasis, right?
Yeah, but not in that order.
True. That is true.
Wait, I need Samso. Oh, I don't. He's not my friend anymore. Rip. I was gonna ask.
I'll ask
I
him.
don't know. Because
Nurse wants to
they made the
know
draft,
why
right?
you guys are AoE.
Like,
in
I was
draft.
gonna go with OAG, but if it's supposed to be AoE, I can do AoE.
Are we sure that their name is Oasis?
Yeah, their org is OA. Like, they added me on Twitter today. Maybe they're like a subdivision? I don't... Because AoE has other teams in the league. Oasis.
Apparently their jungle forgot the org name. So you're right, they're just inting
Okay.
a little bit.
Okay. Could you ask him if... Is OAG what they want? Or do they have a preference on, like, a...
I asked them, so we'll get confirmation shortly.
Yeah, we didn't hit any college teams. There actually aren't that many college teams right now in Unified, which...
To be fair, it do be summer.
It do be summer. There's actually just, like, 2, and they're in the same group. It's kind of weird.
He said the OAG looks gross, so let's just go with OA.
OA?
So, we can just hit him with OA.
Okay. I can live with that.
Yeah, just the OA cis. Like cis. It's like their name, but
Well, I was grabbing the G for Galeforce to differentiate them from a different Oasis team, but I mean, if they all just want to be the same, that's fine.
Assumedly there would be other ones, right? If they have a differentiator.
Okay. They're on Pro Draft, so welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Unified Minor League. My name's Maris, and this is Aikido, and we're here for week 1. Yeah, new lineup, new attitude, new... I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. How are you doing today? How was your Monday?
Just, it was Monday. It was just, it was one of those Mondays, but...
Well, now Mondays are for UML. We're back. Let's go. These are a lot of bands that make sense. This is... I don't like how small this pro draft is. I'm going to try to make it a little bigger without making it too much more obnoxious.
But yeah, imagine being against Tendies and banning Gwen and Viego. Come on. Gotta give them something, right? Let them play something. And the Karma ban, everyone knows that Tendies is religious karma top players. So, AoE really, not AoE, Jesus Christ. They have it there and it
Yeah.
distracted me. Oasis, really targeting tendies here.
Yeah, they're gonna first pick Varus. I mean, almost 100% for Sam, so I don't think that that's been a mid champion for a while. So, getting him a priority pick, something that he's played a lot, and yeah, uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Do be a pretty consistent 80 carry. Puts out some DPS. Has the engaged potential. So pretty standard. Not showing too much of their hand yet. Whereas RTM already locking in the Zig as their first lock-in. It feels like that shows a lot of what their composition is going to be looking for. The long range damage from the mid laner. Maybe being able to help out side lanes a little bit, but you know,
Vaughn has been preaching the Church of Ziggs this patch, though, so he might just feel like this is the strongest overall pick right now, which I it does seem very strong. The couple of opportunities when it's come out, even in pro play, it looks really nasty. And then they'll pair that with a Blitzcrank, which isn't much of a pairing, but yeah, they do be having a Ziggs and a Blitzcrank.
true. I mean, with Ziggs and Blitzcrank, it does mean that if our team ever shows up first to any objectives, it's very, very, very difficult to actually push into them. Because face checking into Ziggs damage, Ziggs zone control, or Blitzcrank is just very difficult, I'd imagine.
Yep. And then the Leona Varus combo, that one's a lot of crowd control now in the bottom lane. So we'll have to see RTM, I imagine, pick up a safer ADC, and with them already taking Ezreal off the board, it's going to lower their champion pools quite a bit.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what exactly they want to pair with the Blitzcrank, whether they're trying to fight this Varus Leona, which could be really dangerous, or if they go for something a little bit safer, a little bit more scaling. And if they do, then that sort of indexes them hard into a later game composition with Ziggs plus, a safer AD carry. So, a lot of options here available to them. The Jarvan being picked up by Oasis, means that they have a really strong early game so far, being locked in. And then, of course, the Tendy special, the R3 ribbon, with the option to ban out some top laners. So, don't get to see yet what AD carry they'll go with, but Tendy's on a comfort pick is always pretty good.
Yeah, this feels like Oasis will be able to pinch the ADC pool, though, pretty heavily if they want to. They might not worry about
What do
it.
you think? Like Tristana?
Yeah, Tristana feels Fiddle. All right. Maybe Loker's been playing Fiddle. I guess I can't laugh at that one.
Well, it's to counter the Middlesticks, right?
Yeah,
In case Ziggs goes AD carry.
true.
Which, I mean, I think Ziggs probably could. Like, I don't think Varus Leona is the worst lane in the world for him to play into.
Yeah, it feels like you could sit pretty far back off of the wave. Mord feels like a pretty natural ban as well for Riven. Yeah, get rid of Kennen and Riven. Zinzao. Yeah, Loker has played a lot of Fiddle. Now that I think of it, he picked Fiddle during their last run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that far out of left field. It's
Yeah.
just kind of funny to see. So we'll see here. I'd assume AD carry, but potentially a jungle pick here. You already know what matchups you're looking for on both of them. So RTM, has their pick for what they want.
Taking their time here, and it's a Trundle for Loker.
Okay. He do be taking away their stats. He's pretty difficult to fight in the early game. Could probably duel Jarvan. He just kind of out DPSs him. So a little bit scary there.
Yeah.
And then I think the Volibear makes a lot of sense to try and bully out attendees.
Yeah, I just don't love the Trundle specifically into like a big AoE team fight comp, because it feels like you just, no matter what your health bar is, you just die because you have no. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how Loker goes. Yeah.
There isn't a whole lot of DPS on the side of Oasis that's been locked in. It's really just the Varus. Volibear has a little bit of damage, Jarvan a tiny bit. The LeBlanc does mean that there's a lot of burst. So it's going to come down to Loker to be surviving that initial burst, and if he does, then he might be able to tank up in a team fight. But LeBlanc could be a little bit scary for Vaughn to try and deal with there in the mid lane.
Yeah. So
The other
last,
thing, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say last pick AD carry almost makes me wonder if that is gonna be the Ziggs flip to bottom lane, and then Firelight picking up something here.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I don't think it's a bad idea, but we'll see what they opt for. It is the Victor, so assumedly Ziggs AD carry, Victor mid, right?
Yeah.
Almost certainly.
Yeah. Victor I think would just die on repeat to Varus Leona.
It's very likely. So just looking at the drafts, it feels like Oasis has a really strong early to mid game team fighting composition. They're trying to snowball with the Jarvan, with the consistent CC from Varus Leona. Volibear should be favored top lane, and then LeBlanc should be able to roam pretty consistently against Victor. So, yeah, I think that there's definitely an idea there as far as what their win condition is. Whereas ROTM, it's a little bit more haphazard, I think. There isn't a whole lot of consistent crowd control. There isn't a ton of DPS other than, as much as mages do. It really feels like they're indexing on Riven getting ahead. Because the rest of their lanes are just trying to play back. I don't know. Do you think that they intended for Ziggs to go bottom, or was it a flex this whole time? Because the Blitzcrank pick feels a little bit weird with Ziggs, in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly a flex. Like, they are flexing it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't feel like it was intended. I think that they kind of backed out after seeing the LeBlanc matchup, which is fair. Honestly.
Yeah.
It's not like a fun time for Ziggs. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not in their heads. This is, I think, the first time that these 5 players have played together.
Hog?
They had a scrim with 4 of them the other day that looked pretty wild. Without giving away too many secrets, the last game in the set I think was like 59 kills to 42 at the end. Just a real brawl of a game.
Sometimes it be like that. So, top lane aficionado, Riven Volibear. How does that go?
Volley is the pocket counter to Riven, honestly. Like, old Volley was even better, but new Volley works just as well. It's just really hard. Riven's trading pattern just doesn't work well into what Volibear does. She, wants to dash in really quick, get a couple of quick burst, get the autos stacked up with the Runic Blade passive, and Volibear just kind of, says no, and then hits her with a bunch of damage.
Yeah, Volibear really strong in the early game and very difficult to trade with the E shield. It does a lot of damage and it just mitigates the amount of damage he gets back. Plus the healing that he has, even in little fights, it's very difficult to fight him in the early game. So it's a bit of an uphill battle, I think, for Tendies there in the top lane. But sometimes that's how it is when you pick your top laner early.
Yeah, and I think it's weird if there was a Volibear possibility. I think Riven does better into Kennen and Mord than Volibear, but maybe it's off the
Mord's
blips
really difficult, but I think Tendies just kind of doesn't like Kennen. But
that's fair.
The other thing is, so like looking at the first 3 champions that Oasis had locked in, Varus, Leona, and Jarvan, Kennen kind of makes that an insane team fighting composition.
Yeah.
So and at least Volibear is a little bit less synergistic with the overall team composition, even if it is more difficult for Tendies in the 1v1.
So this is kind of interesting. This is Victor picked by Duck Go Bark.
So maybe it is Victor bottom.
Maybe it is. They can, of course, trade. There's no rule against it, so we'll see what they eventually wind up with the official lock-in being. But I'm also kind of you're Blitzcrank, right? You're Cairo. Who are you grabbing? Like, assuming Varus is playing far enough back, right?
So, I I'm just not sure that there's enough synergy with Blitzcrank and the rest of his team. Because normally you want to pull someone in and have them get bursted down or something. I'm trying to think, who can we kill? Can anyone on our team actually kill Jarvan if we pull him? Maybe.
It
Can we
depends on
kill
his
Leona?
build. Yeah.
Probably not. So we're just Prage throwing hooks to try and pick up Varus, or just grab someone in transition, and that might be it. It's just for picks. Just trying to find someone in transition and just get poked down. Because otherwise, it does seem like Kairaz's work cut out for him there. It's not the easiest game in the world to play Blitzcrank. And we made it to the 3-minute delays, so get to wait here. Did we get a gamble up?
Yep. It was just straight up head to head. It's got like a couple of seconds left if you want to get your vote in. But just straight, who's gonna win game number 1, RTM or Oasis Galeforce?
I'll
I'm,
I'll put some points up to be taken away.
I'm sending you something on Discord.
That's what it's about, man.
Yeah.
Make that 2 cents, Hog.
Oh wait, we went back to LEC music somehow. Why is the top one? Okay, do you want to do what sounds best? Knuckles, cause of foul, at the buzzer, rise above, or last one standing?
Cause a foul, as in like the chicken, like a bird.
It's
Foul?
FOUL,
Oh, okay.
but yeah.
I mean that sounds exciting, if nothing else.
Okay, we'll do
Causing a
that one.
foul.
All right.
Um, is Trundle a champion?
So
I
I've seen
know
it
these
as a counter pick to things, but I don't think that it's a counter pick to Jarvan.
So I think that he can beat Jarvan.
Yeah.
In like early fights.
I agree with that. Yeah.
I don't know if he does as much as Jarvan as the game goes on. Because Jarvan can at least team fight, and Trundle do be pressing R though. Maybe that's the Blitzcrank tech. Blitzcrank pulls someone in, they get Trundle ulted, and that's how they kill someone.
Yeah. I don't know. Every time I see Trundle, I just all he does is run at people. Like he's Udyr but worse, because he doesn't go as fast. And Jarvan kind of just makes terrain, and you can't leave that.
To be fair, Trundle also makes terrain.
Oh, true.
That's the... Didn't think about that one.
I really didn't.
If Tendies is ever running away from something, Trundle can pillar in front of him, so Tendies gets the Q3 over the pillar, and the people can't chase him.
That's the Riven Trundle synergy. That was why it was.
I think that's so. That's my bet.
All
That's
right.
my bet for why they picked it. We'll have to keep an eye on it and see if they're able to pull it off.
This music's kind of fun. I can get behind Cause a Foul.
Yeah. Do you have a desire to cause a foul now?
You know, you're only allowed what 5 before you foul out. So.
In the NBA, it's 6, but 5, everywhere else for civil people.
Yeah, I don't know that I want to, go on record as saying that I want to, just in case. I don't want to be on the books.
I think
I
it's
don't need to
important
sit
to
on the
foul.
bench the rest of the half.
Well, especially if we're coming towards the end of the game. It's you just have carte blanche to foul. Honestly, just to stop the clock. It's pretty useful. Honestly, strategically superior are the people who cause fouls.
See, in soccer though, if you cause a strategic foul at the end of the game, that's an automatic yellow card. So.
Okay. Which is good. I
No,
mean,
no, you
PF
get
yellow pretty good.
So like one yellow card's kind of whatever, but if you get a second yellow, in the same game you get red and you're removed from the game and your team has to play down a man. Uh,
Yeah, but if you're doing it at the end of the game, then it doesn't matter, right?
or if you get it, uh, like if you had one in a previous game, usually in a tournament, and then you get one in the next game, then you have to sit out the game after that.
That's stupid. Okay. All
Welcome to
right.
Summoners for game number one of our unified minor league season. On the blue side of the rift, wearing the blue health bars for game number one, our Oasis Galeforce. Zakutara in the top lane on Volibear. Omni Crip in the jungle on Jarvan. Cool in the mid lane on LeBlanc, and AoE Samso and CE Fed, apparently on two different teams, but now on a different team altogether, playing Varus and Leona.
Top side of the rift wearing the red health bars. We have Return of the Middlesticks. Attendees 2 in the top lane on the Riven. Loker playing Trundle in the jungle. Firelight on his patented Ziggs mid. And then Ducko Bark and Kyrogenis on the Victor Blitzcrank bottom lane. The Spice. And, already instantly eating my words. It very much looks like Ziggs is going bottom lane. It looks like Firelight and Ducko Bark just decided to lane swap.
Yeah, that's also a decision, I guess. That gets them the favorable matchups, and it keeps the players on the champions they're presumably more comfortable on. I don't hate it. That seems fine.
Yeah, I think it's reasonable. I was definitely worried about Victor having to deal with the Varus Leona bottom lane, so the best way to avoid that is to just avoid bottom lane. Um, so yeah,
Yeah. Here we go. Junglers are
both of
starting
the
opposite sides
junglers.
of the rift. Yeah.
Yeah, they both started red buff, and it looks like Omnicryp is going for a full clear. He went down, did his Krugs, which takes quite a while on Jarvan, so you're committing to it if you go down there. Whereas Loker very much going for the early level 3. Does red to blue, probably Gromp afterwards. It'll be interesting to see if he decides to go bottom to try and deal with the pushing bottom lane here, or if he just goes back up and tries to meet Jarvan in the double melee top lane.
All right, then. Big question. Um, is the archenemy of the Omni Crip an Omni Blood or a Unit Blood?
And I'd assume an Omni Blood. Oh?
Oh, the flash knockup from Cairo getting onto Samso. Loker is here trying to mix it up. The
Oh!
hook pulls Samso back in. Do they have the damage they do? First blood for Firelight, and Loker underneath the tower just bashes that man's head in. It's a 2 kills in the bottom lane for RTM to start off.
What a fantastic pull there from Cairo. Flashed in, got the knockup, and then was so patient with actually throwing the hook out. Is able to catch Samso, take him down after the flash. Really well played there by the side of ROTM, off to an early lead, and Loker with the aggressive pathing getting uh, rewarded for it.
Yeah, I think the craziest part though, look at the summoner spells in the bottom lane, right? All of them burned on the side of Oasis, and Firelight has both of his. Cairo still has Ignite plus Hex Flash. Like, they're still ready to go another time. They're gonna run back into lane and look to hook Samso immediately.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty scary for the side of Oasis as they no longer have summoners down there. Um, And Looker with his pathing was able to help out his mid laner, get that shoved in, though it does mean that Jarvan has picked up all of his topside camps, is going to be at least a little bit ahead of the Trundle here, but we'll see how much he's able to do. As both junglers spending so much time around mid, the supports are coming too. It's about to be a party.
Yeah, Cool going in, getting the chain down, sidestep from Ducko Bark, but he'll fall to an auto attack from Omni Crip. Meanwhile, they're gonna just bash in on Fed. Do Loker and Cairo actually have enough damage? The Ignite ticking down Fed. The pillar is there, and Loker will chomp him down. So 1-for-1 around the mid lane. Cool and Omni Crip looking to re-engage. Knockup gonna land onto Loker. Damage coming through, but the teleport from Tendies is gonna stave that one. That wasn't Tendies, excuse me. That's Ducko Bark. Tendies in the top lane, though, is looking for the dive onto Zaxutara. The dash away. He's got a little bit of shielding. It's just not enough. The kill goes that way. Cool, meanwhile, is scrapping with Ducko Bark near the mid lane. The rest of OA just retreating out of the bottom side of the fight, and what a mess on the map.
Yeah, and it's going so hard in our team's favor. That top lane matchup that's supposed to be favored. Oh no, the
Oh,
teleport coming in. That's LeBlanc.
yeah, cool. No, that's yeah, it is cool. Never mind. Cairo is caught in the teleport from Tendies, maybe to counter Cairo trying to run back to help. A little bit of health left, but it's just not going to matter. Now Tendies looking for Fed. A little chunk damage onto him, but cool over the wall doing a little bit more, but the Iron Spike whip is able to finish him off, and it's 5-2 at 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, it's just pretty massive. Again, we had highlighted that Oasis had a team composition that was looking to get ahead early, um, and kind of snowball through the mid game. So our team getting this lead is pretty massive for them. It's a little bit dicey here around the dragon as Cool just continually
Oh,
stops Tendy's recall.
yeah, takes a big chunk. The chain gonna land. Does he actually have the damage? Electrocute proc, but the flash forward Tendy's still looking for it. But Fed around the corner gets the stun. The exhaust is there, and it's just shut down for Cool.
Yeah, and a little bit over aggressive from Tendy's. It looks like he was just getting frustrated getting canceled so many times in a row. He was missing so many waves top lane. Just wanted to try and get something for his trouble, a second kill, but unfortunately ends up falling there. And that means that that lead that he had earlier doesn't matter as much now. Volbear got 2 plates, is now up a full level. It's going to be a little bit scary here for Tendies as he walks back into lane.
Zakutara is actually tanking the tower right now, but turns it off with the ultimate. Just slaps down Loker, the 2-level advantage, more than enough for him, and he's on the board with a kill.
Yeah, level 4 jungler not allowed to walk into the lane of the level 6 Volibear. Even if the man died all alone to the dive earlier, he's still stronger than you and able to pick up the kill there. And that's pretty big swing. ROTM, it looked like they were super far ahead, everything going their way, but then immediately just 2 plays back to back going against them. And now we're looking pretty even here. Oh,
Oh,
Zakutara hasn't gotten a chance to recall yet, so Tendies, as long as he keeps him around in the lane, should be ahead as far as items go. XP still behind, but it matters less when you have bigger items.
yeah, Cairo trying to get away, but Omni Crip is here. Really good satchel from Firelight to try to delay the combo coming in, but has to sacrifice his robot to the gods, and Samso will take him down. Samso on the board, so everybody with a kill now on Oasis.
Yeah. Oh
Oh my
my
god.
god.
That was way more burst than I thought it would be. Tendies clearly knows that champion better than I do, and there's a solo kill to show it.
Yeah, it turns out Tendies has played a little bit of Riven before, and even in what should be a bad matchup, even with teleporting bottom and ended up dying down there, still able to pick up the solo kill on the other side of the map as soon as he gets back to lane. So really big there for ROTM. Oasis going to be able to just take that pressure in the bottom lane and turn it into the first dragon of the game. Jarvan's in a precarious position, but it doesn't look like Kyra wants to go for it.
Yeah, it doesn't have the best support. Firelight has approximately 0 mana to help him out with, and Loker is just going to take away some jungle camps on the other side of the map. And Retribution, Blast Cone away, going to proc his Aftershock, and he'll be fine as Cool hops in again. So, 6-5, 500 gold lead for ROTM in the early goings. Sometimes you just have 11 kills in 9 minutes, and that's fine.
Yeah, that's normal, right?
Yeah, I love that you can change the ROTM players on the Diamond team, but this always seems to happen in their games. I love it so much.
Yeah. This top lane, it's pretty good here. RTM Diamond teams of the past have definitely wanted to see Tendies get a lead, because once he does, he's just absolutely able to take over games. So already this game, perhaps showing that he can still do it. Picking up the kills here is pretty good.
Yeah, I do like what Oasis is doing. They're taking away a lot of the neutral objectives, trying to get advantages where they can, and they'll grab the Rift Herald for Omni Crip, and maybe even drop that top lane. Zakutara's gotten a little bit of work done on that tower. They can maybe force this in. Tendies almost walks into the 1v2, able to dodge out. No ultimates channeled just yet, but with both of those up, he's got to be very careful underneath this tower. They can turn it off and then throw him into the jacuzzi, and might be a little too hot for his liking.
Yeah, he doesn't have his ult up either yet, so this could be a little bit dicey here if he sticks around. It looks like he wants it. He's daring them to dive him.
Yeah, meanwhile,
Oh,
Loker maybe in a little bit of trouble. Hook not quite going to land there. Tower now turned off. Tendies is able to finish off the Rift Herald. The tower still alive. Almost finishes off Omni Crypt, but he's still alive. Just a tick of health. Zakutara gets
oh,
the shield. Oh, he's just fine. They had a combined 100 health at one point during that dive, but Tendies falls, and Zakutara and Omni Crypt escape that.
yeah, and that was really well played by Tendy's trying to pick that up, but unfortunately the ultimate came up just half a second too late. He missed a little bit of damage at the beginning, and it means that Oasis is able to stop his snowball. Picking up that first turn in the top lane is pretty massive for the Volibear.
Oh, Hook
Oh,
on defend. The satchel charge back. Oh, Cairo accidentally took that one with Ignite. I thought that the auto from Firelight might have been enough, but they'll take a dead kill, or a dead kill. Uh, you know,
yeah, it
a dead
doesn't
kill.
matter much who's picking it up when you're against this Varus Leona bottom lane. Any sort of kills or any sort of pressure you get in the early game is pretty big, especially as a Zig, you know.
Oh, that
Uh,
hook just almost grazing Samso. Trying to get the tower down into satchel range, but they have to be
there's
careful.
a
They're getting
teleport.
teleported on. Really deep teleport from Cool. Firelight and Cairo didn't see it on the
Oh
mini-map.
no.
Omni Crip is also here in the side bush. Satchel away on the Jarvan, but Cool and Omni Crip are here. They have nowhere to go. And, oh, Firelight gets a trade kill. That's significantly better than it should have been. But the 1-for-1 off of the double why is Zakutara there? He just walked in there? All right, well, you know.
Yeah, yeah, and he got his turret top lane. What's he gonna do? Walk up there and try to mess with Tendies while he's freezing it? Nah. Going down, trying to get a lead elsewhere on the map, I think is the right choice. Plus, he can pressure mid here. Um, but that's a really good play there, taking advantage of the teleport and just trying to punish the RT and bot lane that was pushing a little bit too far forward without the vision to protect them.
Yeah, Ducko Bark has a finished Verdant Barrier now, so he'll feel pretty safe in the lane against Cool. Cairo and Fed gonna walk into each other. Kind of an awkward support moment.
Yeah, Mythics though. Tendies of course has finished up his Gore Drinker, but Firelight has gotten quite a bit of gold, has the finished Ludens. So he's gonna be pumping out quite a bit of damage
Do you
if
like
people
the...
aren't go
So,
ahead.
I was gonna say, do you like the Ludens this game rather than Leandri's as Victor's
Ooh.
Flash gonna get forced in the mid lane?
Um so based on their team comp, I assume that Victor's gonna go Leandries.
Okay. Samso walking forward, trying to avoid some of this damage. Flashes back to his support. The hook not quite going
Oh,
to land. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Ducko Bark in a lot of trouble. Has no flash available, and he's just going to get pounced on. Cool takes that kill. Cleanse away from Firelight as Cairo trying to kite back away from Omni Crip as well. Nice satchel charge again. It's really disrupting what Jarvan has wanted to do. The Loker's wandered in behind. Tendies is teleporting in as well. This is a full party in the bottom lane. Fed is going to fall immediately to the wind slash. Tendies takes down Samso. He's got a double kill. Zakutara knocked into the air. Tendies still playing with him a little bit. Just trying to finish off that kill, but the healing is almost too much from Zakutara. He's back in. Oh, the Mega Inferno Bomb isn't enough either. Firelight kiting back away, but they finish off the Volley Bear. Cool is low, but now the teleport coming in from Ducko Bark. Cool back forward with the distortion. Can return to it if he wants to. Gets singed a little bit by the laser, but that looks like it's going to be all from that bottom lane fight.
yeah, pretty massive fight there. Extended for a long time. Every single teleport expended to try and come down. Tendies, it looked like he had the 1v2, but once again, Jarvan and Volibear playing it so well with their low health bars, able to come out on top and take him down. Really well played there. And at the end of the day, we're still looking at a kill score of 10 to 11, barely a 1k gold lead in favor of ROTM, but it looks like they're starting up the dragon. No teleports available, but it looks like everyone's walking here except Tendies. Tendies doing raids.
Yeah, Tendi's doing wraiths. Cairo walks in, gets the knockup, but gets immediately spotted out by that chain of corruption. Zakutara finishes him off. Now Ducko Bark trapped in the jacuzzi. Omni Crip just trying to do the damage. They eventually finish him off. The dragon secured for ROTM, but they lose 2 in the process. Maybe a little bit more as Zakutara chasing. Oh, he gets the Cloud Soul spawn right then. That's really unfortunate as Loker is in trouble and he'll fall to Zakutara. So 3 kills for the dragon, definitely not worth.
Definitely not. It looked like ROTM didn't want to commit everybody to actually fighting there. You know, maybe they weren't on the same page. Maybe they just wanted to sneak the dragon out, but unfortunately, they have to pay quite a price to end up picking that up. Um, Ducko Bark has had a pretty rough last couple minutes. We saw him get his flash burnt by the LeBlanc earlier, immediately turned around and taken advantage of by the Jarvan, and now ends up falling again. Now 0-3-0 has pretty good farm, but um, hasn't had a good stint here for the last few minutes. Looks like they're gonna put him into a side lane. Try and keep him safe.
Yeah, meanwhile moving Firelight and Cairo to mid to try to apply some pressure to this turret if they can. Feels like a natural call, but it'll be countered and matched by the bottom lane from Oasis. And yeah, now it's just going to be the jockeying of the lanes for a little bit.
Oh, ping going on to Volibear. Looks like RTM's going to look for it, but there's a lot of Oasis members in the area. If they don't kill him fast, he might get some support.
Yeah, Loker walking in. I don't think they're going to get in range of anything. They do have Firelight and support with Cairo headed in. So Ducko Bark, the only one separated.
Oh,
Oh, this
no.
is a dangerous path. Cool. Almost immediately blows him up, but luckily Firelight able to escape with the aid of his satchel charge.
Yeah, and you don't often see that. A squishy face checking LeBlanc and getting away with his life. So well played to Firelight, but it does mean that this Rift Herald's getting pressured by Oasis. Second one of the game. And they should be able to pick this up for free. Doing a really good job of having control of these neutrals this game. Even when they didn't get that last dragon, still picking up kills around it. Which is definitely to their win condition, right? Again, they have this early to mid game comp that has to get a lead. And has to sort of be up tempo. So any sort of neutrals that they're able to get in this early to mid game is pretty significant. How does this happen? How does Tendies end up in the bot lane against Samso?
Oh. It'd be like that sometimes.
This gonna eat a chain of corruption for his trouble.
Yeah, Duskblade finished up for Samso. Do you like the Duskblade versus the Prowler's Claw in this game? Were you a part of that discussion?
I did not have a dog in that fight. I don't know. Honestly, Samso's absolutely played more Varus without a Varus on this patch than I have. So I'd have to,
Yeah.
go to his expertise.
So the Duskblade gives you ability haste on your thing, which isn't as valuable. But Prowler's Claw has the weird fucking active, but then it gives you lethality. So.
And if you think about it, if he uses the Prowler's Claw well, he might be able to dodge a Riven stun with it. So in that sense, in the 1v1 with Riven, I think Prowler's Claw is probably better.
Yeah, you think he should be 1v1ing
Riven?
Riven?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
If he has Prowler's Claw?
If he has Prowler's Claw, okay. So
he can come out on top there, right?
Yeah, now that he doesn't.
Dodge a stun. Now that he doesn't, yeah, no, they need to try to keep him, maybe mid lane, just clearing some waves. That seems like a good place for him. Ooh.
Yeah, Loker keeps pushing up, but has been spotted out a couple of different times. My cat is just roaming around here. Hello?
It looks like Vaughn is getting put on side lane duty against LeBlanc. Looks like they don't want to throw the Victor against her, which is probably okay. Vaughn does have a little bit longer range to wave clear, though it does mean that this Verdant Barrier that Victor ended up picking up isn't doing a whole lot of work if he's not against LeBlanc.
Yeah.
Dragon.
This game has slowed down for a second. Oh, gonna pull the red buff. That wasn't quite what they wanted, but Omnicrypt smites it away regardless. And now everybody retreats. 12 seconds to go on the Cloud Dragon spawn. We'll see if both teams want to fight for that. They might have caught fed. They forced the flash out, so won't have that cooldown, but luckily didn't take any damage. Tendies is still just pressing boldly forward into enemy territory. Might get intercepted here by Zakutara. He's bearing himself in, but they're trying to separate him. Trying to burst down Volibear, I don't know, is the best option. Tendies is just caught in the middle, tanking through everything. He's still alive somehow. Dodges out, Cool is on him, but on the front side of the fight, Loker gets kited away as well. Nobody's dead. Nobody has fallen in this fight. The piercing arrow catches Firelight, but it's not enough damage. Bombs over the wall. This probably favors RTM as they can reset up for a siege. They have to burn this dragon down. Meanwhile, Cool and Tendies are still just fighting on the bottom side.
No!
The hook from Cairo finds Samso, and that's the one kill of the fight, and that'll tip the scales the way of ROTM.
Yeah, and ROTM had the advantage of the health bars, had the advantage of the positioning, and like we had mentioned earlier, having to face check into Blitzcrank Ziggs is pretty darn difficult. ROTM able to come out on top there somehow.
Oh
Everyone
my
getting away with their
god!
life.
All right,
Oh,
well,
that's sometimes it'd be like that.
yeah,
Sometimes you try and jump on Riven and she turns around and one-shots you.
yeah, that's kind of the razor's edge you're always on with LeBlanc. You have to hit that distortion circle so perfectly, and if you miss it, sometimes it looks a little bad. Um, but Firelight kiting back away, Zakutara on
Oh
his
no.
butt, but Cairo is here to maybe dissuade him for the time being. But Fed hanging around in the back pocket, we might turn into another 2v2 in the bottom lane, but it looks like everybody going to retreat for now. So fight goes the way of ROTM. They get 2 kills and a dragon, and they swing the gold lead just ever so slightly more in their favor, about 3,000 now total.
Yeah, which has to be about the biggest lead so far this game. A lot of that money is on Tendies and Firelight, which is probably who you want it on. They're the big damage carries in this game, at least they're poised to be. Firelight ended up finishing up the Horizon Focus, also has a Magi Soul Stealer, so it's pretty strong here.
Yeah, as long as he can keep everybody at arm's reach, he'll be doing 1 billion damage, and even up close, doing quite a bit as well. Not to be trifled with for sure. Meanwhile, Duckabark still scaling up. Did finish off his Leandries. Cool. Maybe it's caught Cairo. Gonna land the chain. Do they have the follow-up? Actually, they have more than enough damage if Cool can commit to it and finish him off. There's the distortion. Calmly played by Cool, and they find the pick onto Cairo.
Yeah, playing it a little bit slow there, making sure not to commit too far forward too quickly. And it looks like Oasis is going to take the opportunity to start up the Baron. Ducko Bark is recalling. He has teleport, so might be able to help out. Riven also has teleport, so...
Oh, they're on to
coming
Loker. They're
down?
just going to get
Oh,
that pick.
no.
Straight take out the jungler. Even maybe look for a little bit more. Firelight has to retreat. Has to keep his Magi stacks, but he gets flashed on the Mega Inferno Bomb. Trying to do anything he can, but the shutdown for Omnicrypt. Meanwhile, Ducko Bark in trouble in mid lane. Cool is burning down, but it's just not enough damage. And without Tendies there, the map kind of falls apart for RTM, but he's split pushing in the bottom lane. He's onto the inhibitor turret. He'll take that down and retreat. Inhibitor maybe for this...
he's teleporting in?
Oh, he's teleporting in. Hook not going to land is a little bit enterprising there from Cairo, but it's going to force everybody off. Tendies is going to take control of the Scuttle Crab. Omnicrypt not able to steal that one with the flag. Cairo has spotted him out, interrupts some recalls, continuing to be as annoying as he can, but I don't think that they're quite ready for the re-engage. Nobody else in their back pocket. Maybe looking for a pick. Omnicrypt maybe in trouble. Gonna get stunned up, gonna get knocked up, gonna get pulled in, but the teleport coming in on the flag. Cairo is low, but Tendies is trapped. He's exhausted. He's looking for anything to heal on that he can. He's chasing down. He'll take down Fed. Cairo will be finished off by Cool, though. Tendies still in trouble, still in deep, but he's found Cool. He's found a double kill. Looking to maybe turn it still. He's onto Omnicrypt, but he gets taken down. The shutdown goes to Samso.
Wow, and what a fight there as Tendies and Cairo were looking for it the whole time, chasing down the members of Oasis, trying to stop recalls. They get in a little bit over their head there. A little bit scary. If Zakutara didn't have teleport to come in, it felt like Tendies probably could have cleaned that whole thing up. That's kind of his only nemesis right now, is the Volibear. Still just does so much damage to the Riven, has the CC for him, makes it really difficult to 1v5.
Yeah, Volibear and the Exhaust Summoner spells, I think, have been the only two things stopping Tendies this game.
Yeah,
Zakutara looking for the engage. The Satchel Charge doing a lot of work for Firelight, but
God.
Cool found a flank and eliminates him. They trade it back onto Zakutara, but 2 for 1 again around the mid lane, and these death timers are pretty long. Oasis going to start up the Baron again. Tendies and Ducko Bark around the side. Cairo maybe going to look for a pick to start off.
Oh.
That pick didn't
Oh!
work out, but Tendies just finishes off cool with the help of the Baron. He's on, he gets a double stun, still looking to turn. The flash away from Samso, more knockups from Tendies as he's diving on forward. Gets trapped in the jacuzzi, finishes him off though! Tendies turns that play, it's a double kill for him. And with Ducko Bark and Cairo in his back pocket, they get the Bud Light ace.
Yeah, we'll see how much they're able to get off of it. Dragon is spawning, though Tendi's not walking that way. And as we saw, if our team doesn't have Tendi's there, it's pretty precarious to actually take the fight. It looked like Oasis had the right idea. They got the 2 picks before the bear, and unfortunately Riven was a little bit too strong at this point. They didn't have the cooldowns to take advantage of her. And Tendi's able to turn that around with the help of Cairo and Ducko Bark. Looks like the rest of our team's gonna be able to pick up that dragon with no contest. No members of Oasis able to get there in time, so that's the 3rd dragon now on Soul Point here for ROTM. Next big objective on the map is that Baron. We've seen it a couple of times. This time around, Tendi's no teleport, so he's gonna have to stay on that side of the map to try and help out. But interestingly enough, RTM has Ducko Bark in the bottom lane. He has the teleport. LeBlanc, the one who is matching, doesn't have it available, so potentially mismatched numbers there for our team if they want to commit to that. But maybe not. It looks like they're just on Tendi's bot.
Yeah. Loker's build is kind of interesting. We haven't touched on it at all. He's got the Divine Sunderer into a Titanic Hydra, I believe.
That's what it looks like. And Divine Sunder is broken, right? So
yeah, it is.
I guess just build it.
Yeah. Oh, that's the big play. He can take all of his own red buffs because he doesn't have an 80 carry to give him to later.
True. Holy shit. That was that was the idea behind the team comp. I respect it now. I'm down for it. Tendi's doesn't have teleport, and it looks like Oasis, instead of trying to pressure around the Baron, was potentially going to look to collapse there. But RTM, look at that line of vision through the enemy jungle, able to catch them out on the vision and make sure
Fed
Tendi's isn't in
looking
a
for the
position to
engage. He's
die.
got Omnicryp in his back pocket. They're on. This is a jungle support 2v2, but the Mega Inferno Bomb is going to be the big equalizer in this fight. Now Cool is in. They'll finish off Cairo. Loker's still just continuing to scrap and bop away. Looking for Omnicryp. Gets the chomp, but it's not enough. It's a double kill. Ducko Bark just flying in from the side, but meanwhile Tendi's and Zakutara renewing pleasantries, but this time in the bottom lane. Tendi's gets the stun, has the Wind Slash available, the ult away from Zakutara, but Tendi's is still looking for the dive, the heal back up. The Wind Slash isn't quite enough damage, but it forces him off of the inhibitor. Meanwhile, Ducko Bark in trouble in the mid lane. Omnicryp not quite able to find the stun, but now the Chaos Storm just tipping through Omnicryp.
Oh.
The burn isn't quite enough. The sidestep from Ducko Bark. He gets the shield. Does he have the speed? He doesn't, as Samso finishes him off with an auto attack. But Tendi's is behind his turret. The flanking Riven looking to lock him down. He's got no chain of corruption. There's the knock up, the stun, and Samso falls.
And what a fight there. RTM looked like they got caught again in the enemy topside jungle, but Tendi's just had so much pressure. He forced the recalls, is able to win the 1v1, pick up that inhibitor, and then just come around behind and pick up Samso as well. Just so much pressure coming out from Tendi's is really masking up for a lot of the misplays maybe by ROTM, as they've been getting caught out quite a bit. And did they start up the Baron?
Yeah, they've definitely started up the Baron. I've seen Riven hopping around in the pit for a while, down to 9,000 health. It doesn't burn down super quick.
Teleport
with no 80
in.
carry. Teleport coming in from Cool onto the minion wave, but the counter teleport from Ducko Bark into the back of the pit. Fed gets separated a little bit. Oh, they can't pull the trigger on the hook. Fed just gets low. The Mega Inferno Bomb trying to zone. Loker is low. He's trapped in the jacuzzi, but Omnicryp is going to be the one that pays for it. Tendi's on a rampage as he finishes it off. He's able to get out of the backside of the fight. Zakutara is very low with Cool and Samso in his back pocket. Oh, the bouncing bomb finds Zakutara, and that'll give ROTM the one member advantage. Cairo's still looking for the pick. Fed juking back and forth. He's holding. He's got the hook. He's got the damage, and they'll find Fed at the end of that one. So ROTM, all 5 members still left alive. They're teleporting into the base. They're looking for the end potentially. Ducko Bark trying to follow in. Tendi's onto the Nexus turrets. Gets bursted out by Cool, but when Nexus turret is down, he's on. He gets the stun. He takes down Cool. Samso in trouble now as well. The dash forward, the broken wings. It's a double kill for Tendi's, and it'll be game number 1 for Return of the Middlesticks.
What a game going back and forth there, but everywhere the Tendies was, ROTM was coming out on top, able to finally pressure around that Baron, get a good turn there, and pick up the kills they needed to actually be able to take that down. Well played to ROTM. It's a close game though.
Yeah, really
Jeez.
close game, like very well contested. It felt like OA had a lot of opportunities, but the Tendies diff was real. It's not even like a diff. I don't know. Zakutara played a
Yeah,
fine
Zuck,
game, but
he
boy,
had a little bit rough early game, but once you hit that mid game, he did a really good job, made some really good plays, but yeah, that's just Riven late game versus Volibear, right?
yeah. So RTM leads 1-0. We'll be back in just a couple seconds with a couple seconds. I don't know how long they're going to take. I shouldn't quote it. We'll be back when they have game number 2 loaded up, so don't go anywhere. Oh, I need to invite you. I do love that. We can change players on our TM Diamond, but we're still just gonna scrap the whole game. It's great. I love it so much. It's fun to cast, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It means I do a lot of yelling. You don't do as much, which maybe is unfortunate.
Would you like me to yell more?
I mean,
I can yell more. I can get more hyped about those itemization choices.
yeah,
Absolutely.
you just you just see a Divine Sunder and that gets you going.
Ab- Doesn't it get you going?
Not as much, actually, you know?
Oh, okay. No, I mean that Luden's pickup from Firelight. Oh my God, just it's so good. All right, I'm gonna go fill my drink.
Alright.
Oh, cock and ball torture. Of course, that's what we're waiting on.
Apparently Loker just died between games. A little unlucky. Hopefully he
You know what
respawns.
happens sometimes.
Yeah. There he is. He made it back.
Hey, respawn timer wasn't too bad then.
Yeah.
Maybe he bought back in. That's a
Capitalism
thing you
always
can
wins,
do in
I
Dota,
guess.
right?
Yeah. It's like the thing you can do in Dota.
I mean, that and you can send your carrier back to base to spend your money.
Yeah. Or you can get it killed by the enemy team. And then be sad for several minutes because you can't use your carrier. Your courier.
I have... I played exactly one game of Dota. So, you know, I'm basically a professional Dota player.
I've... Hold on. Sorry, I'm back.
You're fine. I think one thing about Dota, more than anything, is just like the League of Legends does like visual clarity so much better. In Dota, you can just get like hit randomly and CC'd for like 10 seconds from shit way off the screen. And like if you haven't been playing the game forever, it's difficult to keep up with it. Whereas I feel like in League, you don't get hit by shit off the screen very much, and if you do, usually there's a pretty big fucking indicator on your head that's like, hey, there's a Ziggs bomb coming, you know?
Yeah, that wasn't like the most frustrating part for me, personally at least. For me it was the turn radius. I couldn't handle my character fucking turning.
True, oh my god. Yeah, no, it's fucking awful. I played Sniper, because of like, oh, he can auto attack people from like off their fucking screen.
Yeah, he's got the micro stun. Oh, that shit's annoying. Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I can't fucking kite in that game. So bad. Looks like the draft started.
Oh, good for them. All right. Well, welcome back. Game number 2. Return to the Middlesticks on match point against another OG, apparently.
I mean that fits in with the crypt.
The Galeforce, yeah.
So last game they banned Gwen, Viego, and Karma. Do you imagine it's Gwen, Viego, and Riven this time, or do they leave up Viego or Karma?
I would probably leave up Karma, but we'll see.
It kind of looks to me. Oh, I was gonna say like RTM wants to first pick Ezreal, but you know they kind of banned it. So
Yeah.
maybe that's the Nocturne instead, or a Karma.
Anyway, the best character in Dota is Tusk, because you turn into a snowball and you don't have to worry about turn radius. And then your R is called Walrus Punch, and its effect is it makes exclamation points that say Walrus Punch and knocks somebody into the air. But there's the first pick Nocturne.
That sounds pretty good. You said his name is Tusk?
Yeah.
Is he based off the movie Tusk?
I don't think so.
Have you seen Tusk?
I have not.
It's kind of wild.
I've heard the Fleetwood Mac song Tusk. I don't know how much that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not familiar.
The Karma gonna get picked up by Oasis.
Viego also opened nuts, who was banned the last time, so you know potentially picked here by Oasis, or they might just leave it up. We'll have to see. Jack actually gonna be the lock-in. Jack seems okay into Nocturne, so it feels like it's no longer allowed to be Nocturne top. You probably can't play Viego into Jack. That seems like an unfun matchup. So Tendy's champs that are left. Camille doesn't really like Jax either. Irelia doesn't like Jax. What do you play if you are
Vayne.
Attendees? Or you think that's Vayne top?
I don't think it's not Vayne top.
True. Galio being the hover. Galio Nocturne is, pretty good. Um,
You know what
it's
else
no
is good with?
Nocturne Fiddle,
Yeah, I
but
was gonna say we could get the fiddle coming out too.
yeah, that would be the real OP.
This could be a very spicy draft from RTM, but
Zai is actually such a good pick here. Zai kind of makes Nocturne sad, kind of makes Galio sad. It should be stronger than Vayne early, right? That seems like a favorable lane usually. Depends on the supports. But Caitlyn, also the generic counter to Vayne, right?
yeah.
So a little bit less safe against Galio. Especially since Galio locked in. Camille's technically open. Camille into Jax, not fun. But if you take Ignite, and if your jungler comes up, it could be playable. I'm not saying it will be, but there's a potential, right?
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of options. Like, I don't know. This whole patch meta just feels very. Every pick is a flex pick, or every like potential pick is a flex pick, and that's just kind of how you have to treat everything. Gragoose and Fiddle gonna be banned, unfortunately. Kennen could be Mord as well. Would be interesting. That would imply that that's a Jax jungle, the way that they're banning.
Does it?
Well, why would you ban
Oh,
Kennen?
you mean okay, I see what our team's banning.
Yeah.
Which I potentially, maybe they're just banning it to make sure that Jax goes top. Maybe they have the counter pick to it. Aatrox is a champion that we've seen attendees play.
Yeah.
And that's not like awful into Jax. I don't think it's great though.
I'm still not unsure that the Vayne isn't his, but
it very well could be, honestly. Like Vayne is supposed to beat Jax in the early game at least. Late game I don't know, but Lucian.
Lucian. All right.
That is an AD heavy team composition from Oasis. Though they've kind of showed everything, right? Assumedly jungle is left open, so RTM should know basically what they're playing against now.
Well, again, but RTM's playing on the basis that the Jax is jungle, which would give counterpick to Zakutara.
It could be Jax mid.
It could be Jax mid.
I think Jax is going to go wherever Nocturne goes. Oh, Akali.
Oh,
that's
Akali.
the champion.
Right, yeah.
Oh, fuck. True! Forgot that she existed.
Yeah, the answer was here in front of us the whole time.
Yeah. So the question then, is it Nocturne mid? Is it Nocturne jungle? Is it Galio mid? Galio support?
Yeah.
What are we looking for here?
Well,
So many flexes.
Xerath.
Wow.
Okay, so that does make this much more linear, right? That's
the least spicy.
Xerath for Firelight. That's a Vayne Galio bottom. That's Akali in top lane for attendees and Nocturne in the jungle. The draft has been pieced together by this last piece.
And Renekton do be an okay champion. Does that really mean it's Jax jungle? Oh, Malphite. Is it Malphite jungle?
It's a Shard top lane, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but is
Like
Shard good to
I'm
a
assuming that the scouting isn't bad, right? I'm assuming that RTM 100% knows that that's Jax jungle.
Uh-huh. I mean 100%, right?
Shout out Elaine, thank you for gifting 5 subs. And thanks XCraze for renewing for the 5th month. It's actually just so staggering the amount of support that we get. I really appreciate it. Super Pog. But yeah, Shard of the Monolith gameplay will be happening on our screens.
Okay, so Akali Malphite.
Yeah.
Is that doesn't feel super great for Malphite. I
No.
feel like Akali can make it through lane like just fine.
It feels like Malphite is for the team fight that you don't really have. Like, I guess that's my confusion, right?
Uh-huh.
because Jax doesn't really want a team fight. Lucian and Caitlyn without, other things in front of them don't really want a team fight. So you have like a 1-3-1 comp.
You also have Jax.
I-
Jax wants to be one of your ones, right?
Right.
Like Jax and Lucian are your ones?
Yeah, Jax and Lucian are your ones. So you have Malphite, Caitlyn, Karma.
What if it's Malphite support?
What if it's
Karma
Malphite support?
top. Karma shits on Akali, doesn't she? Because her W reveals. Like tank Karma?
Yeah, I don't know about shits on, but like doesn't lose to, which is basically winning.
Yeah, but I mean, Volibear also beats Riven, right? So
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see, what matchups exactly we end up with. So Jax jungle isn't exactly the, most common jungler in the world, right?
No, not quite. All right. I'm making a prediction.
Yep, I ended up losing my points. What's our prediction?
You lost your points?
Yeah, there are only like 20 points on Oasis. So, if it's like 5k to 20, I feel like it's important to put a little bit of points on the other side. That way, our team wins, Firelight gets a couple points,
Yeah, so you bet against the boys.
I put points down against the boys. That is true.
All right.
That is true.
Just want to make sure we're clear. Well, probably rip any hopes of your Malphite support nonsense.
Nah, man, they're just baiting. They're baiting.
All right.
Maybe Malphite's good into Akali. You just Q her on cooldown.
And then she heals it, and then you're set.
And then you ground slam her. Level 6 you one-shot her? It sounds broken. I'm talking myself into it.
Okay. All right. Who's gonna have more kills in game number 2, though? Will it be Firelight on Xerath or Ducko Bark on Vayne? I apparently put a space in front of Ducko Bark. That's actually really bothering me.
Do we have the context? Who
The
had
context
more
is last game, I believe it was 5-4 for Firelight.
Okay. So very close. Okay. I feel like the smart money would go on Firelight because as a mid laner, he's able to like roam to side lanes and steal more kills than Ducko Bark can.
Yeah, but Vayne has the pop-off potential, whereas Xerath, like, he'll pick up a kill or two in team fights, but probably not, gonna just suddenly get a penta.
Yeah, maybe I also like Vayne is gonna get perma shoved in by Karma Caitlyn, which doesn't sound like a fun lane to play Vayne Galio against. It's not like fucking Jax jungle's gonna come down and dive you. I don't know. I feel like smart money goes on Xerath. But, sometimes you can go for the upset, right? Especially if you get good odds.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily disagree. But yeah, we have 3 more minutes to look at these team comps. Well, 3.5 more minutes.
Fed last game.
Yeah.
Had a rough go of it. In order for him to come back, do you think that he needs to go to the gym, get a dog, and make a video? Is that too recent? Do you not get?
I'm not sure about that one. I'm sorry.
So it's because Fedmeister, the OTV guy, and it was a bad meme.
I don't know anything about that person. I have heard of him, but
he did some bad things, and went off the internet for a year, and then came back and made a really douchey video where he's just like working out and like has a dog, and he's like, I've changed, but hasn't.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the lore. That's
the
what
lore?
the Zoomers talk about now.
Okay. I always really need to keep up with the Zoomers, honestly. That's my
I think
goal
it's
in life.
important.
Yeah.
That's the Twitch audience, right? Is like probably majority Zoomers. I think if we ever want to grow our audience, we have to, be relating to them. Um, Fortnite, am I right? The you got to relate to them.
Yeah, this Middlesticks team is bussin'. Uh, yeah,
Where we drop and say hi to the bus driver.
yeah.
I think that's what the kids say. I don't fucking know, man. I'm old.
I feel that. I'm older than you. Just to throw that one, lay that one in there. If you're old, I guess I'm just Grandpa Maris over here.
Um,
When is the
there's
Middlesticks
nothing wrong with that.
TikTok? Ooh.
Oh shit. You could do the TikTok dances? Oh, that would be fire, actually.
I feel like I'd need like a scarecrow like cosplay or something. I don't
That's an idea. What are the dance moves nowadays?
know. What are the dance moves?
You could floss. Is that still hip,
Uh,
popular? See, when I was young, we whipped and we nay-nayed. Um,
yeah,
or we did the Soldier Boy.
I had an issue where I tried to whip and Nene at the same time. That didn't work out very
Uh-huh.
well for me.
Middlesticks OnlyFans, also pretty great idea. Um, Aaron, you gonna create the content for that?
I was gonna subcontract Vbon. I'm pretty sure that's what the
Oh
people want to
shit!
see.
Wait, actually,
Anyway, we
the
got
OnlyFans just went from a meme to potential.
we, we got a minute left. Our team up 1-0. They can close out the series with this team comp, which is, you know, there's a lot of natural synergy to it. There's a lot of natural dyssynergy to it. It'll be a fun game. Um, Meanwhile, I think AoE they had a much more like cohesive draft in game number one, but that didn't work out. So now they're going non-cohesion. Cool had a pretty decent game on the LeBlanc in mid. Maybe he can pop off on the Lucian, get the side lanes going. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely playing into the more solo queue, little bit of a clusterfuck type of gameplay in here. A lot more skirmishing. You have the Lucian, you have the Jax. Trying to counteract RCM where they're playing.
Yeah, hopefully we have just as poppin' a game number one as game number, or just as poppin' a game number two as game number one. My brain is
You
fried
nailed
after
it.
work today. Yeah, I am doing the talking nonstop.
Hell yeah.
I like this Champs Luck music. It's Knuckles. I'll have to go back
Knuckles,
to that
as
one
in
and see what.
like
As in
Sonic and.
yes, as in do you know the way? Yeah.
Whoa, that's an old meme. Come on, man.
Oh, sorry. Oh my God, everything is backwards. Oh my God. I fixed it. Okay.
So I saw a post on Reddit about Nocturne.
Yeah.
About how everyone's like Nocturne's super fucking OP. Why is he allowed to have like a 55+% win rate in 3 different roles? And then the top comment was, "What the fuck? All of the Nocturnes on my team just build Sunderer and Int instead of going Stridebreaker." So do you think Loker is an our team's Nocturne and is gonna build Sunderer and Int, or is he an enemy team Nocturne? Is he gonna buy a Stridebreaker because apparently it's broken?
Is Stridebreaker still good on him after the changes?
Apparently it's nuts on him. At least that's what Reddit says.
Like it definitely
We're
used
a
to
week
be.
out
I don't
from the
know.
patch.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. We're invading bottom except Tendies who got stuck on that turret for a second. Okay, here we go. Yeah, our team
Oh,
headed in to the bottom side. Maybe looking for an
Amso
early pick. What are they gonna
gonna
look?
lose his flash? I mean,
What
give
CC do you have
the
early?
Galio.
Is that enough to justify five stacking?
Um, so I think 5 stacking with Galio is super good if you're expecting them to come into you, but going
Yeah,
into them, you don't have a whole lot of long range crowd control potential. Maybe like a flash condemn.
maybe it's just for the spot out. I don't I don't hate just the vision invade. Oh, Fed gonna get the mantra Q.
What they should have done is all flashed over the wall towards the tri brush. That way they could just wrap around on Samso and get us flash.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
the 3 flashes for 1 technique.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, alright. Well, both junglers starting red buff again, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I feel like pathing towards this Akali Malphite lane is probably gonna pay dividends for whoever's able to impact it first. Um, whether that's stopping Akali from being able to farm or getting Akali a lead.
Yeah, I mean, Loker last game went red blue Gromp bottom lane gank.
True.
Um,
But this time around, I feel like it's kind of difficult to gank Karma Caitlyn, right? Like maybe you just chase them down, but it seems hard. I don't know.
yeah.
Looks like he's going for the full clear though, that's the Nocturne special, right? You don't need to do anything in the early game. You just farm to 6 and then
Oh, I was more curious about Omnicryp headed down there, but it'd be even
oh,
harder
you
to
do be
dive
looking for the
Galio.
dive,
Yeah,
you know? Just dive forehead.
yeah. I mean, they do
Oh
that at
my
the
god.
Olympics, right?
You have the Discord on your second.
Do I have the Discord on my second screen? I do not. Oh, would I like the new unified logo? I hadn't even considered doing the new unified logo. I can get it at some point. I'll have to remember to do that for next week. Thank you for the reminder. No, I have stream chat, like an actual streamer. Uh, Discord. Ugh.
Just know that you're missing out, that's all.
All right.
Trades here in the top lane. Looks like Zakutara has the push early. Oh, Omnicryp
Oh,
looking for Loker.
yeah, the invade on the Gromp, and he'll get the flash out of Loker, which is pretty unfortunate. Is Jax significantly stronger than Nocturne early? How would you handicap that matchup normally?
So
Oh,
when Nocturne's he has
Tendies is so
Ignite.
low. He's got Ignite. He drops it, but it's first blood for Zakutara. So not quite what Tendies had in mind, I think, but it is a murder-suicide up in the top lane.
The minions cheated a little bit by autoing him down. But he's going to be able to teleport up to that lane, and it should be a lot of lost XP for Zakutara. But yeah. So like Jax Nocturne, if Nocturne's on cooldown, or if Jax is on cooldown, when they're found, it very much swings heavily. They're both very reliant on pretty long cooldowns. Counter Strike is like 18 seconds early, and the Nocturne Fear is like 12 seconds, something like that. So, without those, it's very difficult to actually take that fight. Ooh.
And good dodge on the Mantra Q there by Duck Go Bark, but they
Looks like
gotta,
a fun lane, right?
yeah, they gotta do everything they can, scrape any CS they can get together. He even started boots just for a little bit of extra mobility away from some of the nonsense that'll be flying at him. Meanwhile, Tendies and Zakutara are right back at it, and apparently that Amp Tome is enough to really flip the trades in favor of Tendies.
Yeah, I think that's just Malphite wins the extended trades by, just pressing Q over and over, because that's kind of his only damage. So, he hasn't been in lane long enough to be able to actually poke down Tendies.
Ooh, already a turret plate for Samso and Fed, and they're just continuing to push in. Cairo and Ducko Bark having a lot of trouble, as you would expect. This is not the most fun I can imagine having in League of Legends. But the
Oh,
flash, oh, the double flash away from Fed, still gets the knock up on the Justice Punch. They're looking for it, the Condemn into the wall as they're looking for Fed. The Fear Tether gonna tick, and the damage is there as Loker finishes them off, and they'll get out safely. So, well-timed gank by Loker. They invest a lot into it, but they do get the kill.
and once again, Loker being the first jungler to make an impact on a lane, and it's going to be bot lane. Getting his shoved in lane, a little bit of reprieve is pretty big here. Probably should have stuck around to help shove. That way they don't, you know, mess up their recall timing. But otherwise, pretty good. Especially with how far Caitlyn and Karma were pushed. Being able to go down there and get a kill pre-6 as Nocturne is always great.
Yeah. Samso finishes up his Noon Quiver, and it looks like Ducko Bark is going to rush those Berserker Greaves. So, really favoring some movement speed early on to try to stay away from the Caitlyn Karma poke, which can't really fault him for. Zerker Rush, I think, has gotten a little bit less common recently, but still
I
seems
think it's
viable.
pretty good in this type of matchup, like specifically against Caitlyn. Caitlyn actually used to, in this matchup, rush Berserker Greaves just so that she could abuse her range more. Obviously, this game, Samso not going for it, but, you know, Ducko Bark having a little bit more mobility when you're outranged is never bad.
Yep. Cairo gonna
Pyro,
walk in mid lane and take a little damage from Cool, but mostly just to try to help shove that wave with Firelight. He needs a recall, doesn't have any mana right now. And unfortunately, that leaves Ducko Bark solo bottom lane as he's trying to, get some CS. And that's a second turret plate for Samso.
yeah, and that's sort of what you expect out of this lane, but, you know, it's only exacerbated when Vayne's all alone against Caitlyn Karma. It's not the best farming conditions in the world.
Yeah,
And it
Cairo
looks
just
like,
trying to keep control of his tri-bush, but it's going to maybe cost him a dragon here as they don't have any vision on it. I don't know that they have any ability to contest right now anyway, so probably fair.
yeah, I think that they're fine not fighting super early in the game. They have Vayne, they have Xerath, even the Akali. You know, I think as long as they're avoiding skirmishing against the Lucian in the early game, they're probably not too upset. Um, Tendies is playing so far up. It's actually so scary because Malphite could ult
Yeah,
at
Malphite
any
goes for the
time.
ult. The shuriken flip doesn't land, so he's going to have to back away. Ignite is back up for Tendies if he is feeling spicy, but I don't think he quite has the damage right now onto Zakutara.
Yeah, and with the Lucian coming
Oh
up.
no.
Oh no,
Oh
he
no, he's on the
canceled!
ward. He uses the perfect execution, but it's just not there. The ground slam from Zakutara finishes him off.
Sad.
Meanwhile,
Oh?
in the bottom lane, they're going to go ahead and pop that Nocturne
Oh
ultimate.
my
One kill
god.
immediately, and they have the Xerath damage over the top just for a little bit of extra help. That right of the Arcane chunking through, and Samso falls.
Yeah, our team doing a really good job of taking advantage of the bot lane summoners after they burn them. Repeat ganking, and they're actually wrapping around. They might be looking for the dive onto Fed.
Yeah,
It's a little bit
Condemn going to
scary.
be
They're
right
not going to
into
have the
the
wave for
turret.
long.
A lot of damage there from Ducko Bark. Now the wave is gone. Cairo is just tanking some turret shots, and yeah, that'll be all from that dive, unfortunately, for RTM.
Yeah, just a little bit slow on it. They don't have the pressure from Bane to stop Fed from being able to clear the wave, and you know, without the wave, that's not a dive that's going to go in your favor. So, good job showing restraint there from ROTM, but yeah, it does mean that Ducko Bark is getting a little bit of a late recall, so Samso might be able to get another plate here after shoving in.
Yeah, have to
It doesn't
be
look like he's
very
going to
careful
push for
about
it.
that. Let's actually look. It's only a 200 gold advantage for Samso, which isn't huge at this point, but can start to snowball quickly if you're not careful. Those assists helping him out, and always good to see Loker's first ultimate finding purchase in the bottom lane, so he'll feel pretty good about that as Tendies continues to do his thing and shove in top lane. Out to a small CS lead on the
Oh,
Malphite.
Jax is here.
And yeah, Jax is here. They're going to pop the ultimate immediately. Tendies has his ult back up. Still just trying to kite back away, but Omni Crip is there. Oh, the second dash just doesn't quite go through. Loker maybe looking to finish off, but Zakutara has his flash. And again, Oasis taking advantage of a little bit of over-aggression from Tendies. He's actually all 3 deaths right now for Return of the Middlesticks.
Yeah, and you know, not having flash against the Malphite's a little bit scary. Anytime he presses R, it's basically guaranteed. Our team's
Oh,
pressuring.
yeah,
Oh,
Cairo
teleport?
only finds 1 taunt, but the teleport coming in from Zakutara means that they have to get out. Cairo
Oh.
uses his ult just to get the knockup. Does he actually have the speed to get out? The condemn
Oh!
from his AD carry might help him just enough, but the slow Cairo, oh, he didn't
Oh
take it!
no!
Oh no, the ace in the hole snakes through, and the kill goes to Zakutara with the cheese wheel.
Wow, and, you know, it's really aggressive posturing there from ROTM without the teleports to back it up. So as soon as they go for it, Zakutara pulls the trigger, gets down there, and just turns it around.
Oh,
Oh!
but now Nocturne coming back in looking for Samso, but they don't have quite the support this time. Right of the Arcane over the top doing some damage, but the condemn away onto Fed means that they can't close the distance. Omni Crip still here. They're trying to clear this wave out, but now with Shelly being dropped, that'll be the first turret going to Oasis as Samso will be the big beneficiary. Omni Crypt just walking in will be able to chase Loker off of this, but has to be a little bit careful. The taunt from Cairo going to be enough to make sure that he can't walk too far forward. Tendies has teleport if he wants to down here. Omni Crypt jumping in, but now the knockup from Cairo. There shouldn't be anything else. Loker and Firelight are headed back to mid lane currently, but now Loker swapping back down. They need to kill Shelly. Okay, didn't get the second charge off. That's relatively important. And RTM
Yeah.
holds for the time being.
But most importantly, those were two aggressive plays started by ROTM, and both of them blew up in their faces. The first one was the engage from Cairo, and then after that, Loker looking for the ultimate in when there were still members of Oasis around to counter it. It's just rough going there from ROTM. They only end up losing Cairo for it, but that gold lead now, 2.4k in favor of Oasis. They got that turret. Now they're going to be able to pressure for this dragon as well. Tendies is being a little bit cheeky here.
Yeah, Tendies behind Zakutara has the autos. Oh, he didn't
Oh.
hit the Shuriken flip, so not going to be able to do any more with that.
Dragon spawning though, ROTM has teleport advantage. Tendies didn't teleport previously. Zakutara's not up for a couple more minutes, so ROTM might be able to look for an advantageous play here if they want it, but with Loker top lane, it looks like they're not really interested in it.
Yeah, Loker does have Paranoia available if they want to commit maybe on Zakutara on the top lane. He's hovering, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to pull the trigger. And yeah, second dragon of the game going over to Oasis and continuing to set that clock.
Yeah, side of Oasis doing a really good job, Zakutara there, knowing that his team is looking for the dragon on the other side of the map, not to step up too far. Don't play with fire, don't die when your team is getting advantages, but now, Galio's coming up behind him.
Yeah, Tendi's looking for that trade, dives in, has the second part of his ult, and he'll get the shutdown. So a lot of gold going into Tendi's pocket off of that, and a good run by Cairo to help his buddy out.
Yeah, Cairo, it feels like is not been bot lane in quite a while. Every time he goes down there, he's not having a whole lot of fun. So consistently looking for plays this time around, able to find the play top lane, and Tendi's being able to pick up that 600 gold bounty is pretty massive in this matchup. Gets him closer to finishing up that Rift Maker. And once he starts getting some items, it's going to be so difficult for Malphite to actually be able to one-shot him. If you're not one-shotting the Akali with the Rift Maker, he is going to just lifesteal through everything that you're throwing at him.
That was rude. Kind of
Yeah.
uncalled for, honestly.
And sometimes I think it's necessary.
Yeah.
Gotta let him know.
Yep, Sunderer finished up for Omni Crypt as well as the Rift Maker for Tendies. So a couple of those first mythics coming through. And we have a pretty even game. 1,500 gold in favor of Oasis early on.
Yeah, as well as the two dragons, so
Yeah.
they are getting some value out of the early game that they've drafted. The Lucian, the Caitlyn, the Karma. They wanted winning lanes here. So being able to pick up these objectives, picking up this gold lead, pretty good for them early. It's like second rift. Might be the next point of contention. ROTM has the vision around here, has 4 members up here, but Fed and Jax are going to be looking pretty soon here. See what they can get. Oh,
Yeah,
look, they're going to be able to
just
pick up the scuttle.
yeah, gonna tank up the Q to make sure there's no cheeky steal from Fed. Cairo might be in a little bit of trouble though. Omni Crypt onto him. Taunt gonna land.
Oh.
A little bit of chip damage over the wall. This game's really stalled out. Do you feel... Oh, well, never mind. Gonna pop that ultimate immediately in. Loker looking for it, but they have the... A lot of stuff happening. A lot of people just flipping in. Tendies has the second part of his ult available if he wants to go in. But Ace in the hole is going to be enough to chase off Return to the Middlesticks. And ultimates invested there from ROTM for no gain, essentially.
Yeah, just a little bit of damage, but they have to back up, and that means the loss of pressure. Without the ultimates, Oasis is going to get a pretty free look here at the Rift Herald. Akali without ultimate is a lot less scary, so, especially with the team comp that they have, Continuing to pressure when Akali can't one-shot you is a pretty good idea. Oasis doing a good job taking advantage of it.
Yeah, and it feels like we're waiting on Firelight to come online, get an item or two under his belt, get Ducko Bark an item or two, and then this game should start to be pretty explosive because at that point both teams will want to be scrapping.
Yeah, definitely.
But for now, we'll just have some farm time, you know?
Yeah.
What's
A couple item completions coming through. Looks like it is a Stride Breaker gamer or Loker. So that means he's good, right? He's a good player.
apparently that's what Reddit says. And I
Uh,
get all of my analysis from Reddit, so
I mean, is there a better place? I don't think so.
yeah, I mean, until they make analysis.gg, it's gonna be Reddit for me.
Yeah. I suppose like YouTube comments could be another option,
Oh,
but
true.
yeah, or Twitch chat. Um, I would prefer Reddit over Twitch chat.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
you were talking up the LOR Twitch chat. There's a big difference, apparently.
Yeah, but that's versus like League Twitch chat. Come on, League Twitch chat's like, I don't know. League
Yeah.
Twitch chat's not great.
Yeah.
Oh?
Tower mid lane gonna go down in favor of Oasis. They'll extend their gold lead out just a little bit. Meanwhile, Cool has to dash away from the bottom side. Omnicrip is pretty low. We're focused on him. I'm a little worried about his health bar. Oh, that's a big chunk. Firelight is starting to pop with that Luden's Pulse. Teleport in from Akali as Dragon has been started up. Loker has about no health. He almost gets culled down, has to pop the Paranoia. Teleport in from Zakutara as they're looking for the fight. On the top side, though, Omnicrip is onto the Dragon, 4,000 health. But Firelight is just chunking them down right now. Smite away. It's a soul point now for Oasis. Omnicrip, almost able to get onto Firelight. That was a nice little combo to get back away. No taunt from Cairo, but Ducko Bark finally popping the final hour, getting that movement speed forward. There's just no critical amount of damage from ROTM coming through.
Yeah, when Loker has to burn his ult defensively, oh no!
Omnicrip just jumps onto him. He might pay for that with his. He will pay for that with his life. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Zakutara not gonna be able to do anything there. Mess of a fight.
But
Both junglers die at the end.
for ROTM, when Loker has to burn the Paranoia defensively, they don't really have a consistent way of engaging. Galio needs somebody to go in first, and Firelight was able to get the damage down, was doing so much work with the poke, but without actually being able to start the fight and making Oasis fight them, they're able to just sort of walk out with the dragon. Now on Soul Point here in just a couple minutes, so pretty scary for ROTM. They're not allowed to give Oasis the Ocean's Soul, otherwise it's difficult to see how they're going to be able to come out on top in this game. That soul's just so strong.
Yeah, you can even see already the pings from Oasis in the chat. They know that that's their win con, and they're gonna play to it. Tendies, get spotted out. That's the Spidey sense from
The Ardent Blaze, Sag. You hate to see it.
You just flexing on me with the Lucian W name.
Absolutely, man. Who doesn't know? Oh?
Oh, he hit the Shuriken flippies and Tendies with the solo kill. That was a cheeky little combo, and he finds the solo kill in the bottom lane.
Yeah. When Akali be hitting her abilities, it's very difficult for an 80 carry to survive. Oh?
Yeah, they're looking for Omnicrip. He's got a lot of health with that Grandmaster in arms. His ultimate just ticking away. The hop back, he gets knocked up. Right of the arcane over the top, almost just chunks through Karma. That wasn't the intended target, but now the turn from Zakutara. They finish off Loker to start off with. Omnicrip is low, but there's just no damage to follow up. Tendi's trying to kite back away, but does he have anything else? He's waiting. He wants the low health bar, but he can't get it. Samso finishes him off.
Yeah, and for RTM being the ones to pick up the first pick, it just gets turned around. They engaged onto Omnicrip, and he's just so tanky with the Grandmaster's Might. Just not enough damage to actually be able to take him down. Now with Vayne not there, and RTM
Oh, final
Oh,
hour popped by
okay.
Ducko Bark, but he's in a lot of trouble. That's a lot of stuff coming for him. One auto coming through, dashes forward, looking
Okay.
for Fed. He got the kill. That's better than I thought he'd do, honestly. Little net sidestep there from Samso away from the Arcano Pulse, but are they still looking for this? Loker is respawned. He's headed in. Omni Crypt gets the blue buff onto Firelight. Loker is low. He gets taken down. The taunt going to land from Cairo just to try to get some distance. Firelight kiting back away. They just have no help right now. And Cairo will be autoed down. It's a double kill for Zakutara. And Oasis now could potentially look at this Baron.
The last few minutes have just been a disaster for ROTM. They're just getting caught out over and over. You know, with their team comp, they don't do that well without their ultimates and without being together, so. Dropping the kills means that Oasis is going to be able to just start up the Baron for free. Getting quite a bit of damage.
Tendies is looking for it. They have the Xerath ult over the top. There's still 5,000 health left on Baron, and he uses the ultimate to disengage. I kind of like that. Not overly committing. Oh, that right of the arcane shot almost takes down Zakutara. Shuriken flip, gonna mark Cool. He doesn't have Shroud though as he goes in. He's got the stopwatch. In comes Nocturne, looking for Cool. Finishes off one.
God.
That Stride Breaker healing up so much. The shutdown for Vaughn. RTM turns it. It's a double kill for Tendies, and now they're the ones that can look at the Baron.
So well played by ROTM, playing their ranges. Tendies going in, going out. Firelight continuing to hit every single ability. Then Loker coming in to engage it at the end. So well played while outnumbered to stop Oasis from being able to get that Baron. And with this damage, they should be able to get this. Dragon, though, is spawning in 20 seconds. ROTM's going to have to recall immediately after getting this to get to the Dragon in time. They can't give up the Dragon Soul. You have to finish the Baron, though.
Yeah,
There you go.
Loker didn't want to invest Smite onto it, but this
They're
is
low.
a scary proposition. They have to back. They have to get back there quickly. Do they have the ultimates in the tank? The Paranoia will be up in a couple of seconds, but it's not up yet. Tendies is going to spot out Cool. Try to stop it. He assassinates Cool. He's looking maybe for Samso now. He's buying time with the Shroud, but now the Malphite ultimate on top of him. Fed is going to mark him with the W. Tendi's still buying time. He's got the stopwatch, but he'll eventually fall at the end. Oh, they're going to use the Galio ultimate as well. Crip is in, but this Ocean Soul goes the way of Oasis. Fed in trouble as he gets condemned into the wall. He's taken down by Ducko Bark. Cairo and Tendies are still live on the backside of this fight. The Shuriken flip doesn't connect. The healing from the Ocean Soul is going to be too much. Cairo, you can't quite do this. Wait, they have the right of the arcane. They're looking for Samso on the bottom side. They finish him off, but Zakutara is still alive on the top side. He's the only one left alive for OA, but 4 kills for the Ocean Soul. You almost take that trade.
Almost. ROTM has the Baron, are able to get the kills. They have pressure here. Unfortunately, they've taken exactly one turret before this, so they aren't actually able to pressure any inhibitors or get anything too big, just picking up some of the standing gold here. Losing the Ocean Soul is still really scary. Even if you're coming out on top, it just gives so much power to the side. Loker? Buddy?
Loker is in deep. He's not going to get spotted, though. That was...
Like ships in the night. Malphite will just pass. Wow. Yeah, especially with the way that our team is winning these team fights, with the way that Firelight is dealing damage, it feels like Ocean Soul just makes it that much more difficult for our team to actually come out on top. You know, Tendies, of course, can one-shot one of the 80 carries, but outside of that, it's very difficult to get through this Ocean Soul.
Shuriken flip not going to land. Omnicryp is here looking for Tendies. He dives in onto Fed, just trying to chunk through. Has the R2. He'll finish off the Karma, but trade himself in the process. So a big shutdown going to Samso at the end of that.
Yeah, not great. Especially since it means that our team's not going to actually be able to get much with this Baron.
Loker.
But Loker.
Right of the arcane.
Right of the arcane?
One more. Oh, we got him. Firelight on a killing spree. Cool. Just gonna cull through Loker though. Cairo in trouble. Has to hit the blast cone back out. Yeah. Meanwhile, Ducko Bark is just split pushing. He's gonna take down a tower on the bottom side and maybe even push for a little bit more.
Yeah, we thought that Oasis was the 1-3-1 comp, but it turns out it's actually ROTM utilizing the the ultimates. Oh no.
He pops the final
Okay.
hour. Does he have the dodge? He's got to move. There's the
Okay.
condemn. It's just not there. Yeah.
I mean, almost. Like that was close.
Yeah, that was closer than I thought it would be, if I'm being honest.
He didn't condemn right away. The issue is like you have to DPS during the condemn and get Jax low enough that you can kill him before he one-shots you afterwards. I don't know. It's a hard fight, and I don't think that it's favored for Vayne, but there's play there. She has options. She can outplay it.
Yeah, he had the
Um,
blue trinket in the bush, and I just little unfortunate. I guess he was in the shop, just didn't see Omnicryp headed up onto him.
or he believed too much in the empowered recall.
Yeah, one of the two. Sometimes you do just pray to the empowered recall and hope it gets you out of there.
So, RTM lost Ocean Soul, but do you think maybe their whole plan was to give Ocean Soul so that they can fight for Elder
Yeah,
and win off
Tendy's
Elder?
gonna get the Galio to
Oh
call
my
in the
God.
big double knockup. Where's the damage coming from? Tendy's needs to chunk through. He just doesn't quite have it. Zakutara's low. Omnicryp is ignited, but Cairo's just
So
running
many
away
members.
from him. But he's running back to the 80 carries right now. We're watching Cairo and Omnicryp, but this is the less interesting thing that's happening. Nocturne ultimate coming in, the condemn coming through. They've found cool Samso over the top.
Samso!
Oh, that damage almost is there. Loker just
Oh!
Samso lives. It's a double kill for Omnicryp as well on the bottom side. I don't know what's happening there. Firelight and Tendies are still alive, kiting back away, but our team has lost 3.
Yeah, and ROTM just, for the life of themselves, can't get a real team fight, can't fight together. It's all of these skirmishes, and in long, drawn-out fights, the Ocean Soul just does wonders, and ROTM is having so much trouble actually dealing with it. Omnicryp in the 1v2 was able to come out on top, and it's just very difficult here for ROTM. 90 seconds on the Elder, though. And it doesn't matter what's happened in the game up to this point. If you get Elder, you're kind of back in the game no matter what. You kind of have a really good shot at winning. So, RTM still has potential here, and they're still up in gold. It's just as far as, Ocean's worth a lot of gold too, right? So they're not really up.
Oh, Cairo just barely spotted Omnicryp hopping over the wall, so they're at least aware of that. And Counter-Strike back away, but minute to go on that. 30 seconds on Baron, which is the less important of the 2 objectives right now.
Yeah,
Kind of
I mean,
interesting.
the way that
Cool-
they're offset. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Cool opted for Cyrilda's Grudge on his second item. I think that's really interesting.
It do be slowing.
Yeah.
And Armor Pen's good. But, I don't know. I feel like maybe some MR would have been good.
He's got no Magic Mantle. That's MR.
True. That does indeed give you the stat magic resist. ROTM is pressuring around the Baron. I don't understand this. Why is Vayne going top lane? Guys, Elder's in 15 seconds. You can't give that.
Yeah, now they're grouping up. Omnicryp gonna walk into Tendies, get a little chunk out of him to start off the fight. That's what you like to see if you're Oasis. Q from Fed just across the channel here. He's got the Moonstone Renewer, Loker. Maybe in a little bit of trouble.
much
Has to
damage.
kite back away. There's the big ultimate though. Zakutara with a huge initiation, and they're just tearing through. Tendies is able to assassinate Fed on the backside, but I don't know how much that really matters in the grand scheme of things. Duckobart trying to kite back away, but he's got no help. It's a triple kill for Omnicryp. Omnicryp. Oh my god, I'm so tired.
And Omnicryp has just been so massive this game, just consistently in these fights, so difficult for our team to deal with. They don't have enough damage. They aren't able to kite him out. He's just taking over in this game now.
Oh, Tendies! Alright, he assassinates Samso. What else does he have? Omnicryp is low. Another auto. It's a shutdown.
No
3,000 health. No smite left now. 2,000 on the Elder Dragon. Cool dashing away. He's able to survive.
Oh!
The Comet doesn't quite track him down. The healing from the Ocean Soul, but the Dragon is deleashed. The Shuriken flip. Oh, that didn't land on the Zakutara. Oh, Firelight!
Oh!
How did he find him? Tendies into the stopwatch. He's got his R2 back available. He's in. He finds the kill. Tendies and Firelight hold off 2v5 on the Elder
It's a 2
Dragon.
versus 4, somehow able to come out on top. And once again, just like at the Baron fight, playing it so well, playing their ranges. And that means that in a 5v1, Fed is going to have a lot of trouble contesting this Elder. I thought the game was over. I thought Oasis would be able to just take it down, but the hero play from ROTM means that they're still in it. They're going to be able to pick up the Elder. Baron is still on the table. Tendies has teleport, so I don't think that Oasis is going to be able to just rush it down. But ROTM needs to look to force something with this Elder. They are so strong right now. This is their best shot at winning any sort of a team fight. So, whether it's the Baron, whether it's pressuring the turrets, they need to look for something.
Yeah, it's crazy. They have a 5,000 gold lead right now. It doesn't feel like that. These fights are just on a knife's edge. It's so close. It's so well contested by both sides. And ROTM is marching down mid lane looking to make their mark. They have so much poke with Firelight. If he can find an Arcanopulse, it's just going to chunk through.
Oh?
Not quite able to find Fed. He hits the right of the arc.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god! Just two
Okay.
shots and he gets the kill. The stun gonna land onto Zakutara. He's burning down. Ducko Bark with a couple of auto attacks. Pin him to the wall and take him down. A double kill for Firelight. And they'll chunk through this turret. ROTM makes their move down the mid lane. Can Oasis counter with just the 3 damage dealers up? Omnicrypt, Cool, and Samso back in their base trying to hold on to their Nexus turrets. The inhibitor gonna fall. ROTM headed back in. Arcanopulse not quite there. The culling comes through. Omnicrypt gets a big stun, but do they have the damage? Back through. He's just not burning down very quickly for ROTM. Tendies is in, but he can't quite finish off the kill onto Cool. They're still looking for it. They're onto the Nexus turrets. 14 seconds onto Zakutara, but Fed is back up. It's 5v4 now as Ducko Bark just coming through, they finish off Omnicrypt. Fed, the flash forward from Ducko Bark finishes him off. It's a double kill for the Vayne. Stun gonna land onto Samso and they get the execution. I'm spitting all over the place. It's everything for ROTM. One Nexus turret left alive, but they have no health bars left as they bring another minion wave in. Zakutara and Cool, the last line of defense for
Unstoppable forces
Oasis.
back up.
Unstoppable forces back up. He can one-shot 2 of them. He's in onto
Oh!
Cairo. They finish off 1. Cool is very low, but Zakutara falls. Cool is low. He's burning down. They get the assassinations. They get the ace, and ROTM wins 2-0.
They planned it. They gave up the Ocean Soul knowing that they would play around Elder. A couple of hero plays. First at the Baron and then at the Elder by Firelight. And Tendies too. It means that they're able to come out on top in a nail biter. It looked like they had lost control, but wow, that was wild.
The hero play at the Elder Dragon from Firelight and Tendies. What just incredible. What players? What do you say? They're gaming on them. They
Yeah, they're
game.
gaming on him.
They did game. Congratulations to our team. They improved to 1-0 on the year. OA, they're gonna fall to 0-1, but a strong performance from them. I'm sure they'll be fine. Commiserations to Samso. Hopefully, he and his boys can turn it back around. But God, what a couple of games there from ROTM. That was a fun set to cast.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Pretty wild. If that's any indication of how the rest of the season goes, it's gonna be fun to watch.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna throw it over to B Pots, who is playing in his uh, LAS draft playoff match.
Hog?
His team's called the Crusaders, so go cheer on the Crusaders for a little bit. And yeah, support one of our boys. Bye.
Why?
Oh, not quite yet. It says 5 seconds. Sorry, I baited. Bye.